Hi, guys. Happy Monday. I hope you were all having a good Monday so far and you enjoyed your weekend. Before I get into kind of explaining your assignment for the week, I want to first say, really great job on those color wheels. I was very impressed and it was very fun to kind of open them up and see if you kind of went with a specific theme or you just went kind of all out with a bunch of objects. But overall, really great job to everybody on that assignment. If for some reason you have not submitted that assignment yet, I did go into Genesis and continue to put in a missing. Once you hand it to me, I'll change that missing back to an actual grade. But please get those assignments to me as soon as possible so that I can give you some credit. For this week's assignment, we're going to kind of take a turn and actually do kind of a drawing project. Last project was more of kind of collecting items and kind of arranging more of a sculpture. But for this assignment, we're going to be using some paper, some pencils, and whatever drawing coloring materials that you guys have available to you. So the assignment is called Illustrated Words. And this first slide, I put some images that might make more sense for you to go back and look at later on. But as you notice, there are some words that are spelled out, but they are in the shape of the object that they're spelling. Again, hopefully that will make more sense as I continue to go on here. So, next slide, talking about illustrations and what an illustration is. So an illustration can be a decoration, an interpretation, or a visible explanation of a text idea or process. That says texture, that should say text. It's designed to help understanding, so they help to clarify or explain something. The best example I can try to kind of come up with is that as children, we would be read or we would read kind of illustration picture books. And the pictures that we would look at as young children really helped us kind of understand the story and understand what was happening. So we're going to kind of take that idea for this project. You're going to be creating an illustration of a word, and hopefully the way that you illustrate that word helps a viewer understand what that word means. And I'll explain more as we go. So the project. So your project is to use a blank piece of paper. I want you to think and choose an object that you wish to draw. From there, this is my best tip for you, is to draw the object normally first. So if you wanted to draw a whale or a tree or a lollipop, draw the outline, draw the actual object first. Then go back, use the letters that spell out that specific object and turn them into the object itself. So if you were drawing a whale, you would have the outline of the whale, and then you would go back inside the whale and write out in bubble letters or a specific style of letter of your choosing, you would spell out the word whale. No different than tree. You would write or draw the outline of the tree first, then go back and spell out TREE on the inside of the object. This is my best tip on a way to kind of approach this project, kind of break it down into those steps. Once you have drawn all of this in, I do want to see color on this project. If you don't have coloring materials, going back with your pencil and adding kind of some shading, so some darker areas that you color in, adding some lines or textures. You can do that if you're coloring as well, but I do want to see more than just kind of a basic outline. I want to see some more time being put into these images. So I'm going to go back to the first slide so that hopefully this makes sense now that you've been explained it. So the first image right here is a pineapple. So they drew the outline of the pineapple. Then they went back in creatively and used the top part to write pine and the bottom part to write the apple. So you'll notice that the letters are kind of stretched out or elongated. They're kind of wonky a little bit. That's definitely going to happen. As you can see in this apple one, all the letters aren't going crossed in a straight line. You can kind of move the letters around a bit, get creative with it, but ultimately I should be able to read the word as I look at the image, and it should help illustrate and explain the image that you chose to draw. Here are some more examples. So having the outline of a swan and then making sure that the inside spells out that word. This one again, the outline of a fish, creatively coming up with a way to write out that word. You can add things in the background if you please. And I found this image, which I really like too, because it helps kind of show a few examples of words. You've got coconut, you've got banana. This one says mango. This one says grapes or grape. So get as creative with this as you would like. You can definitely search some ideas on Google, but please make sure you are doing something that is your own idea. Don't just completely copy something offline that you see. You can take things as inspiration, but please make sure you are kind of putting your own twist on it. If this is super overwhelming to you and you're like, I'm not really understanding this, she's explained it, I've watched it over again, still not getting it. I did give you guys kind of an or option, so another kind of approach to this. So if you don't want to take the approach that I just explained, you can do approach number 2. So this would be writing out the word and then decorating each letter with something that helps to describe that specific word. So in this example, the word color, they had kind of put together a bunch of crayons to describe to a viewer that when you color, you use crayons. That's a great example. This one right here spells out the word season, and each letter is kind of turned into something that helps describe the seasons or things that happen during the different seasons. So you can do something like that. Or this image down here of the word food and turning each letter into an actual food item. Hopefully, that was a lot to go through. Hopefully this makes sense to you, and hopefully you got some ideas going on in your brains as we speak, or as you listen to me speak. We're not talking. You're listening to me talk. But I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. I have been uploading examples of student work onto my class Instagram. So if you don't follow and you'd like to, it is FTSD_riverfront_art. And you might get a chance to see your work up there. I tend to upload maybe once a week, sometimes twice a week. So just a chance for you guys to see your work or see what other students have been doing. If at any point you've got any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. You can either comment. I do check the comments on the Google Classroom, or you can just shoot me an email. Remember, this assignment is posted today on Monday the 4th, and it is due Friday the 8th. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy your week, and I will see you next Monday with a new assignment. Bye, guys.